Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. My name is Favor, and if this is your first time of seeing my face, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if this is not your first time, if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. It's actually been 1 month post graduation. The last video I put out was my graduation vlog. If you've not checked it out, do well to check it out. It's 1 month post graduation. I graduated on the 5th of February 2025, and this is 5th of March 2025. And it's the only time I do this little chit chat video. Actually, I also put out a poll on my Instagram story. If you're not following me on Instagram, try to follow me there, because I pull out most content I do not even put on any social media platform. So I put out a poll there and I asked you guys to ask me questions, anything relating to school, academics, and this postgraduate life. I got a couple of questions which I'm going to be answering. Like I said, I graduated 1 month ago. It's been so good. I'm so glad that I don't have to wake up to any early morning class. I don't have to think of assignment. I don't have to think of tests. I don't have to start struggling to resume, because actually I think my school resumed last week. And I'm not worrying about hostel. If you stay in the hostel, you know how you have to try to go around for your hostel stuff, try to pay school fees, always logging into the school portal and all of that. I've not even done that in a while, and I'm so grateful for that. Other things have made me also more excited about graduation, and one is that I will definitely have more time for content creating. Like I said, my school resumed last week, and if not that I had graduated, I would definitely be running around for hostel space, trying to pay my school fees and all those other fees. But now I'm not doing that, so it has definitely given me more time for content creating. I can just sit down and choose to pick up the camera and make a video anytime I want. I feel like graduating is one thing that comes with mixed emotion, and as much as you're feeling this, there are also challenges that comes with it. Things like, okay, what am I going to do now? What will life after school be like for me? I need to start making money. Obviously, you know that you cannot be getting money as you were getting before. I need to do this, I need to do that. Not that I don't have those thoughts, but I just want to take it slowly. I want to take it one step at a time. Like I said, it's 1 month after graduation. I am worrying about those things. I wouldn't say I'm not worrying about them, but I just want to take it one step at a time. I have goals I want to achieve. I have plans of collaborating with brands. I want to do that. I would love to do that. I would love to, do things that would make me money. Like I said, it is one thing at a time for me. We're yet to do our project defense, which I feel will be coming up in a couple of weeks. And law school for me is going to be till next year, April or thereabouts. So I still have the rest of the year to do all of that thing. And yeah, like I said, I put out a poll and I got a couple of questions, and I will just be answering that. So one question I got, or rather the first question I will start answering, is what were the most important lessons I learned during school? Well, I learned a couple of important lessons. Honestly, I learned so many things, and like I always say, and people always say, see, that year from 2019 to 2024 was literally the most fastest year of my life. I'm not even going to lie. I got into school 2019, and 2025 I was done with it. It went so fast. I know the kind of person I was when I entered school, and I know the kind of person I am now. There's a huge difference, and there's so many lessons learned. And one thing that I know that I learned a lot was time management and discipline. I wouldn't say I'm the best in these two things, but I know that going into school helped me and shaped that part of my life. Now I can say to a certain extent that I know how to manage my time very well. I know how to do this and when to do it. Like I said, I'm not going to say I'm the best, but those are just little things, and the only thing that would help you is to plan. When I talk about planning, I'm talking of your day-to-day activities. You should be able to write them down. Aside writing them down, following them, you know that, okay, yeah, you have classes from 8 to 2 p.m. today. Okay, after class, what do I do? Do I need to cook? Do I need to go and read my books? Do I need to go and pick up something? You know, those kind of things. When you plan like that, you see yourself following it. Aside you following it, it makes your day more productive. So I would definitely say just try to plan. And school helped me that. School helped me do that. You know, then in secondary school, we were literally forced and chased to do everything. We were chased to go to class. We were chased to read our books. Yes, in my school, when it was time for 9 prep, you see soldiers. Like I went to command in military school, so you see soldiers walking around and looking for those that are sleeping and those that are not reading their books. You get. But when you are in university, you are on your own. I'm not going to tell you on your own. There's nobody that is going to tell you to read your book. There's nobody that is going to tell you to go to school. Nobody's going to tell you all those things. Those things are left for you to discipline yourself and do. So I would definitely say discipline and time management were one of the valuable lessons I learned while in school. Another lesson I learned, I think I would say, is the power of networking and relationships. When I mean relationships generally, that was one thing I learned from school, and I learned the hard way. You know, when people say it's good to network, it's good to make friends, it's good to have relationships with people, they are not lying. They are not lying at all. See, one thing I'll tell you is try to do these things. Try to do these things while you're in school, because that is going to be one thing that will shape your life forever. I will not say I did not do these things, but I learned to do them late. In my 100 level, immediately squeeze over. Once the lecturer is rounding up, my books are entering my bag. I don't even waste time with that. My books are entering my bag. Immediately the lecturer leaves class, I'm leaving the class with him. Why? It's not because I didn't want to talk to anybody. It's not because I wasn't, well, I'll say I wasn't social enough, but I just didn't think there was any need for that. Why do I have to talk to you? Like, why do I have to talk to you? Why do I even need to know what you're saying after class? After class, not like I have anything I'm going to do in my hostel or my room, or I will go to class. I will just carry myself and go to the hostel when I had nothing doing. I think it took like 200, 300 level, and you know, times when you go to class or when you do not go to class, and then there's nobody to even call you to say, okay, hi, why didn't you come to class? I didn't see you in school today. And I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. In a very good way, there's nobody to check up on you, and it hits you that wow, all this while you've actually been alone and you've not really made good friends and network with people. Yeah, I would say that. So that's one thing I wish I would do. Do you know, after school now, especially your first day at school or second day at school, everybody waits after class, they will take their pictures, they'll take pictures first day at school. I never did that. Do you know when it even hit me? When we were, I think it was like 15 days to graduation and 15 days to sign out, there was this challenge we were doing. There were different things, there were different activities for each day. And I think the first day was a throwback of you or a picture you took on the first day of school, and I realized I did not have any. My classmates were posting theirs, everybody was laughing about it, but I did not have any. As funny as it may sound, the ones I managed to see were maybe group where I entered, and it was not even the first day of school or the first week of school, maybe like months after, when I had people I talk with. Do you understand? So that's one thing I wish I did. That's one lesson I wish I learned early. It was like my 300 level. I remember, I think my 200 level, one day I stayed back after school, and I think I had a note to complete or something, and one guy came up to me and was like, Eme2, because that's what they call me in school, Eme2, you stayed back in school today. Thank God, I've never seen you after school before. So after school is when you have to talk to people, when you have to get to know people, make friends and all of that. And I would not advise you to be like me. I will always run back after school. No, stay back, talk to people, make friends, mingle with people. Like, mingle with people. You cannot do it on your own. You cannot do it on your own. Just try to mingle with people. So yeah, those are like lessons I learned, and I thankfully, like I said, I learned them late, so it's not like I did not learn it at all. Now when I have here is what study habits or approaches helped you in school. Well, I'll just say do what works for you, because For me, it was not all about reading when I see everybody reading. It was about reading when I know that I would understand it. Yeah, so for me, I try to study more in the night because everywhere is very calm, everywhere is very peaceful. And for someone that stays in the hostel, that helped me a lot. Studying in the night, not during the day or anything like that. No, I was always doing that in the night. And if I want to study in the day, then I might probably go out, go to class, or go to the reading room, have a reading room then, and all of that. And then another thing that always helps me is trying to jot down. I have this belief that when I write something down, when I'm reading, I tend to remember it easily, and it works for me. I tend to remember it easily when I am writing my exam and all of that. That's what I know that works for me, and if you try it, it might just work well for you. The question we have is, were there any regrets you had while in school, or things you wish you did that you did not do? Like I said, and like I mentioned earlier, those things I mentioned as lessons I learned were some of the regrets I have. Another thing I feel like I wish I did, which is not a regret, what I feel like I wish I did was starting my content creation journey earlier than I did. I opened my channel in my 400 level, and I wish I did that probably in my 200 or 300 level, definitely. I wish I was more consistent with it. Yes, I wish I was more consistent while I was in school. But I will definitely try to be consistent now. I also wish I started a business in school. Yeah, I wish I started a business in school. That's one thing I wish I did. I wish my source of income wasn't solely dependent on my father. And when I mean a business, I mean something that people would know me for. Something that when people say this, they'll say, okay, no, go to this person, she's good at it. Go to this person, she sells it. Yeah, so that thing that will be peculiar to me alone, I wish I did that while in school. What made you do very well academically? Yeah, I know I did well academically, at least for someone that never failed a course, I never had a carryover and all of that in school. I'll just tell you some things I do. I tell myself most times that when it's time for exam, that's 2 hours I spend in the exam hall. That 2 hours, 30 minutes, or whatever time they give you is literally what will determine the outcome of that result. Yes, I know, yes, there's TCA, there's the continuous assessment and all of that that would help build your grade and all of that. But you see that 2 hours in that exam hall, I just tell myself, it's either I just have to do well. I just have to do well. I just have to know something. So thanks to my exam, it's always very difficult for me to sleep because I'm just telling myself, what of when I check my results? What of this? What of that? Those things alone would be like a very, very good ginger for me and would just help me. In fact, I don't know how to sleep when I have exam the next day. I see people, they have exams the next day and they are sleeping all through the night. Like, they are so comfortable with sleep, especially when they know they've not read. Do you know, even if I have read and I'm satisfied, it still takes a lot for me to sleep all through the night. It's not possible. I just want to keep revising and revising and revising because I believe so much in that thing you read last minute before you enter the exam hall coming out. So I just want to keep revising and remember my cases, remember my sections, all of that. So I would say do what works for you. Like I'll say, some people don't tell you, oh, I cannot be awake all through the night, or I have to sleep, I have to do this, my brain has to relax. It's fine. But for me, I did not try to sleep all through the night. I always knew when to sleep and when not to sleep. I don't mind sleeping through the day, but in that night, just leave me at the night. I'll do my thing in the night. Another thing that helps me, yes, like I said, is still that CA. Write your test, go to class, write that test, do that assignment, all those things that our lecturers would consider and help to make your grade good or help in your continuous assessment. Please do it. Just do it and you'll be glad you did it. Another thing that is not to enter the exam hall without anything in your head. I just have to know something. It's even somehow they'll tell you everything from number 1 to the end. You yourself, won't you feel ashamed? Like, won't you feel ashamed? So just try to have something in your head before you enter the exam hall. Just try. And lastly, I always say, oh, when you see God, don't joke with him. Before you start the exam, hand it over to God, commit it to God. That your exam script, pray over it. It might sound so religious and all of that, but that's just what I do. I never had a missing script. I never had missing results for my 6 years in that school. Not like these things were not happening. These things were happening regularly. People that you would not even expect had this kind of issues. Not that it makes you less of a person or it means you're not intelligent or all of that. No. But I just feel like there is always that space for God. There should always be that spiritual backing. So no matter how much I read or how less I read, I always commit my paper to God's hands. I always try to include God and all of that. So these are like things that helped me while in school. This is not a question I want, but going further, what should you guys expect? Expect me to be more consistent on all social media platforms. Like I said, I have goals of building all my social media handles, so I just have to be consistent in doing that. That era of inconsistency, we are going to trash it. I'm going to be very consistent. I'm going to be putting out very valuable skincare tips. I'm someone that likes skincare a lot, and I like taking care of my skin, and I would love to help you do that too. So especially on this YouTube channel, expect a lot of skincare videos, expect a lot of lifestyle content, expect a lot of vlogs and all of that. There might be some other things I would love to explore that I don't even know them yet, but just watch out. So I'm not going to just boil down to one niche. No. Just expect a lot of things, because I'm going to try to explore other things. It can be fashion, it can be cooking, it can be anything. So just expect it. If you watched till this extent, thank you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe, like this video, drop your comment, share this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.